So I've been installing the smart turn system, and there's a few things I noticed. First of all, they don't tell you the actual size of this unit, and this unit is 2 inches by 1.25 by 1 inch. 1.25 this way, 1 inch this way. This is about 21 inches long, which is important because I wanted to mount it under the seat, but all the wires they told me to cut are in my headlight. I have a cruiser, shadow cruiser. So you need to know that because extending this wiring harness is cost prohibitive. Just thought you'd like to know that. And I had trouble with these bullet connectors because the wires are quite thin on my bike and I couldn't get a good crimp. I know they have a machine that crimps these. Even though I bought a crimper, I can't get a good crimp, so I'm going to solder them. I might use the power ones to test so that I don't make big holes in my wires, but other than that, I think I'm going to solder everything. The other thing that you should know is in here, it says, when it says male bullet, that's on the smart turn harness, not on your motorcycle. And that is a little confusing to me too. So in this thing right here, on my bike, you press it and it turns, but there's a block under here that does not turn. And that's why you push in to cancel. The reason this turns is there's a ball bearing under here under a spring, and this is shaped in the shape of a U or a V, and that ball bearing's pressure makes it return. So, and the other problem I have is this block here is deep. It goes about 1/2 inch down, and those little spongy things are about half that size. So I filled it with dielectric grease and then put the sponge thing in, so that way they'll be stuck there and they won't drop down because it's packed full of grease. Okay, they're in, that's in. Okay, the way to test it is take a 9-volt battery, make yourself a lead. I guess a couple of leads would help. And basically you just clamp it on there, and you clamp it on the gray wire going to the switch, which is your power wire, which is the out from your turn signal relay. They don't really tell you that either. I guess they don't think you need to know. And another one with your test light. And then this is where my orange and blue are to my turn signals. It's orange and blue on a Honda. So you just touch them, and you go right, you just touch them, and it goes right out. And the left turn signal is the blue. You have to push it, there's some grease in there, you have to push it pretty hard. And then it bounces back. And so now I know that I've got my rubbers okay, they're not going to drop down, and that I am looking at the correct wires. I hope that helps you. So I've done the first section where you solder the 3 wires from the smart turn system to the lines that actually go to the motorcycle and not the switch. And I'm about ready to take it outside, plug it in, and see if the left turn signal flashes when it powers up. And then I'll solder the other 3. And that's what you'll see here though, is I've cut the power wire and it goes to the smart turn system, and then it goes on, and I twisted them together, soldered it, and put heat shrink on them. I'll never have a problem with this. And I did the same thing with the ground wire that's right here, and then the other 3 wires. So we'll see how this goes, and this will all stay in the headlight. And you know, I haven't cut the main system. My whole hope is that it will just be to the turn signal switch. So we'll see how it works. Okay, I have it all plugged in. All the wires are all connected and plugged in. The turn signal switch is down here because I have to take it back inside. So when I turn the key on, this light should flash. You tell me if it does or not. That's it. What do you know? I guess we have it right. Try it again. We'll make sure that this is actually in the center position. Well, let's go inside and finish soldering that up. Cool. Okay, it's all heat shrunk together. I'm gonna tape it up and I'll bring you back. And in case I didn't mention it clearly, I soldered it and then I used heat shrink. And the heat shrink is just from a tiny little kit I had lying around from Princess Auto here in Canada, which is, I assume, like Harbor Freight here in the States. And I've managed, this is my flasher unit, I've managed to keep it all as one unit. So if anything ever happens, you know, I haven't cut the major loom of my motorcycle, which was important to me. Okay, we're going to test it now before I mount it. Going to turn the signal on and the left blinker should flash once. There we go. Here's the unit. I'm just going to pretend to turn. Right turn, turn, straight. That worked. Left, turn, back straight. So it works. Now I'll show you where I'm going to put it. There's where I decided to put it. There wasn't a lot of flat spaces. You know, we'll see if that's a problem for it. It's right there. But, you know, I didn't have a lot of choice. And there was the other side, it's at an angle, and I was afraid there'd be a problem with it. So we'll see, and if there's a problem, I'll let you know.